Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Cassie, and on my channel, we talk all things of self-love and self-care, healing, and becoming your dream woman. And today on my Casmas Christmas special, I want to talk about how I feel like I won the lottery, and here's why. Have you ever reached a point in your life where you finally looked around and thought like, wow, I feel like I won the lottery, but not in a money sense. I'm talking about the moments when you finally realize that you can start dreaming again. That moment when you feel yourself becoming the happiest, most fulfilled version of you that you've ever felt in your whole life. Well, today I want to share my journey, the real, raw, unfiltered truth of how I went from a woman who expected nothing but disappointment to a woman now who expects miracles. Let me take you back to a point where I was a big dreamer. I imagined a life full of joy, love, success, abundance, all of the goodness. So I used to watch the Brady Bunch and imagine that my life would be like the people on the Brady Bunch show. But then life started happening and things went downhill. One disappointment after another, one heartbreak after another, situations that I never even thought that I would go through, let alone survive, but I did. And looking back now, I see something that I couldn't see back then. And even in my darkest moments, I now know that I was covered, I was protected, and I was strengthened from the good Lord above. Because not many people could go through what I went through and not lose themselves completely. And no, I wasn't perfect, but I didn't lose myself in drugs, alcohol, prostitution, all those heavy distractions. No, I didn't escape my life. I actually lived through it and I grinded it out daily. I found a way to make every season, even when the season didn't look like anything I desired, I found a way to get through it. And those chapters, as painful as they were, actually shaped me to be the woman that I am today. So I will be forever grateful for those trials and tribulations. But something started actually changing, not all at once and not overnight, but little by little. It all started during my divorce. I ended up turning my divorce pain into a blessing where I actually started to begin healing from my childhood and adult trauma. It all started the day that I got tired of surviving and decided that I actually wanted to start living. I started feeling lighter. I started waking up without dread. I started feeling moments of joy again, and oh, those were just so wonderful. Tiny at first, but they were there, and I could feel them full. So little by little, I started creating rituals that actually helped me rise. And that was, my daily affirmations, healing work that I was doing, prayer, daily gratitude, breath work, journaling, and choosing my thoughts every single day. And these choices that I made were actually the reason why I was able to become my dream woman, because I worked on these things every day to keep my mindset positive and good, right? So these weren't just habits. These were my lifelines. They became the foundation of the new version of me. You see, most of my life, I expected things to be bad. I expected them to go wrong, and that was unfortunately my default setting. Life had trained me to brace myself for impact always. But when I started healing, I realized something very powerful. Life was always matching my expectations. So I had to change my minds in order to change my life. So I started telling myself every day, everything is always working out for me. I expect miracles. My life gets better every single day. I deserve good things. I trust my guts. I trust my path. And I am guided and protected always. And that God wouldn't bring me this far to leave me here. And that was my saving grace throughout this process of repeating these things to myself. Because eventually, guess what? I started believing it, because at first I didn't. I barely believed it, but I would say it over and over again. Eventually, like I said, I started believing it, and my subconscious mind started accepting it. And then I started being able to relax more in this new story. As my thoughts changed, my energy ended up changing, my frequency changed, and my reality changed with it. But it didn't happen fast, but it was real. Little signs, tiny miracles, new opportunities, moments where I caught myself smiling for no reason. That's when I knew, yes, life was definitely catching up, my new mindset and my new identity. This is where people want the breakthrough, right? Honest with you. The breakthroughs happen slowly, pretty quietly, and gently. Unless you're not paying attention, God will turn up the heat until you start paying attention. So take those little nudges that he's given you nicely and pay attention to those. But it was the way that I would wake up. It was the way I started speaking to myself, the way that I started handling stress that came into my life, the way I started expecting the best instead of preparing for the worst. And one day I realized something. I can believe again. Yes, I started believing in love. I believe in abundance. I believe in my dreams. I believe in miracles, and I believe in me. And that's why I say I feel like I won the lottery, because everything that I've survived, I shouldn't even be smiling today. I shouldn't be this fulfilled, and I shouldn't even be this aligned. But I am, and I'm so grateful. Because healing created a new version of me, one that I prayed for, one that I fought hard for, and one that God guided me into even when I didn't understand the process. If you're watching this and you feel stuck, if you feel like your life has been one long season of struggle after struggle, if you feel like you have forgotten how to dream, oh, I want you to hear me and hear me loud. Anything is possible for you as long as you refuse to give up on becoming the woman that you were meant to be. You have to continue fighting, honey. Your mindset is a sacred garden, so protect it, nourish it, speak life into it every day, because eventually, and I promise you this, your life will rise to match your thoughts. Healing isn't quick, but it's so worth it. And if you stay committed, you stay intentional, and you stay connected to God, you will wake up one day feeling like you won the lottery too. So thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me share my heart and my story. And if this resonated with you, please share with somebody else who may need to hear this message today. And if you want more videos on healing, mindset, self-love, and becoming the woman that God created you to be, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment below. Remember, everything is always working out for you, always. Just keep telling yourself that and keep looking for the goodness that is happening. Love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.